Let's start with AI. This year, Zoho has all been about, AI. How do you think AI is cooking up with Creator?
Ask Zia. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm joking. No, you can ask Zia directly, which is true. Maybe it would be complicated to explain. I'll try. In Morocco, we say kubida.
What does it mean?
Kubida is it's like my heart. Someone you cherish a lot, you say kubida. That's creator for me in Zoho. Months and months or whatever to develop a full ERP for that industry, we can use creator and scale it model by model and respond to that. This is what we can see already on the market, that people are tired of off-the-shelf ERPs and want something specified for them. 10, 12, 20 years, before, it was very complex because you go custom development, it costs years of development and it costs hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. But now through low-code creator AI, that's a game changer.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Welcome, Youness. Welcome to Creator Conversations.
Hey.
It's a pleasure to have you again here. You have been a creator partner for last 8 years. Before that, you've been a developer for a consultant firm, developer, analyst role. You've played a role like that, and you played the role for 7 years. Before that, you've done your computer science engineering, and all it took, 37 years to meet me, have this conversation here at this table. So before I take all the, spotlight, probably you could share what you do, how you associated with Creator to our viewers out there, and then we can get started with the conversation.
Thank you, Said. Thank you for having me. Salam alaikum and wanakam. Always happy to be here in Chennai, spend time with you and all the Zoho team, especially Creator, to be honest, but all the Zoho team.
And that's because of me.
Oh, of course. That's true. And the rest of the team too. So, so as you know pretty much about me. So yes, I've been on the Zoho journey from 2017 when I joined BSP. The truth is, I did know about Zoho when I worked for CGI before as a consultant. They had this group, they call it like study groups. And it was one of them was on CRM. So at the time, Zoho was on the new, upcoming CRMs. It was 2013, 14, something like that. That was like my first, touch with Zoho. Then in 2016, that's when I started learning about Creator. It's been a wonderful journey. 7-8 years. Time goes fast, man. But very excited to what we live in and what it's headed.
Perfect. So you've been with Creator for more than 8 years now. So let's assume this podcast is being viewed by people who are new to Creator, who don't know what Creator does. And at the same time, it's being viewed by people who know Creator, who are yet to understand the capabilities it offers, etc. So in a simple language, how would you put out what Creator does for these people?
Okay, so I'm going to say in a simple way, like just to be like doing a dictionary explanation, is a low-code platform, which in a way it's simplifying any development. So through drag and drop, as people will know, a Wix or Squarespace or something like that doing websites. But this is for doing an application as small as it can be. Okay, managing employee check-in and check-out to a full ERP for a multi-international ERP manufacturing company, for example. So in a way, it gives the opportunity to people from create simple ideas and bridge that gap between business and tech. So let's say you are a business person, marketing or whatever, it will simplify the job for you. So instead of doing anything you want to do in Excel, let's do it in a small, simple app in Creator. And now, as we'll speak about AI, you can just ask simple stuff and you can be helped. So if you are a tech savvy or have tens of years of experience, so you can build a complex, platforms, or in some cases, verticals that you want to focus on some industries, and also bridge the gap or modernize your legacy systems.
Interesting. So I think you've mentioned few key terms here. One is it's a low-code platform now with the AI conversation in place. Let's dive into one thing at a time. So
Yes.
let's start with the AI. This year, Zoho has all been about AI. How do you think AI is cooking up with Creator?
Ask Zia. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm joking. You can ask Zia directly, which is true because she can explain to you exactly what you can do. But the
Exactly.
truth is that what's fun is that like you said, been on the journey at 8 years, more than 14 years now in IT. I was a developer first. What's fun is that now we can accelerate that development. So as I said, low-code platforms are already known to simplify, accelerating the development. Now with AI, it's another word. So let's say step one just already was simple to drag and drop a field, create a complete form, right? You can do it in 10 minutes or something like that, depending on how many fields. Now it takes you, let's say a minute. Okay, I'm gonna say second, but let's say a minute. Still, you just ask Zia whatever you want to do, what's the type of form you want to create, it will do it for you. And eventually, we'll go into that complex, I'm gonna say, structure. This is what's fun. I can see that from this. I'm gonna say the discussion starts about AI in the last at least 2-3 years, and it's crazy what we can do as a team. So we started simple with create a form, then create reports and dashboards, then improve my code. Sorry, generate code for me,
Right.
then improve it, comment it, which is like the classic and norms in development. And now we're going to that complex level of generating blueprints, generate complex structures. So for everyone who want to start that journey, like either with Creator or AI in general, both at least, that's what's great. You can go step by step. Start simple form. Learn how AI will help you. You need to have that language, I'm gonna say, to ask the right thing. This is what helps is through experience, but this is what Zia is there for.
It's very simple, just like how we prompt in ChatGPT. Just like we have a query, we prompt the system, and suddenly we have an answer. And that's how Creator, I mean Zia and Creator is working today. You are asking, hey, build me a retail management application to manage my store operations,
Yeah.
especially related to fashion. It is giving you a functional prototype quickly. Okay, now with all this in place, it is simplifying application development. Low code was already simplifying application development, let's say for users like me. Then AI came into the picture. Very simple, you're prompting the system, getting an application. Further customization part, all those things are in place for sure. We need to consider that. Where are partners playing a role? Because earlier people had a thing to get started also.
Yeah.
Now, how are partners like you are coming into the picture here? And how are you, where is your role here? Especially you can easily build up, like even if a client is approaching you, you can quickly build a prototype in minutes and show it to them. Definitely that's a big advantage for you. But still, do people out there, like businesses out there, do they need partners like you to get started? Or is it like they can get started and in the middle way you can enter into the picture, take the role up and probably help them in further customization? Where do you come into the frame?
That's a good question, Said. So I'm going to say we can play multiple roles. The first thing is uh, as partners or as I'm going to say experts in the domain. First, we can help scale that whatever app. So that application itself, because people, I'm going to say, you don't know what you don't know. And also, as I mentioned before, whatever prompt you're doing, it depends on how you ask. Okay, so if you don't have, I'm going to say, the right way to ask, maybe you will not have the best result possible. So we're going to help those clients going from a simple app to a full solution. The change management also, I think one of the points is that's where we can help, because the people are afraid of change.
Right.
Okay, so living through multiple years of experience, hundreds and hundreds of projects, we can help them and reassure them in a way, and help their team, train them, be there for them. People, even though, like I said, the solutions are very easy now, and if you have the good skill set, you can develop a lot of stuff. But being there for them, just like as a consultant, and reassure them on the journey. That's very important, because we can see it. I'm giving this example because we have clients who had great developers on team, and we've been working with them for the last 7, 8 years or more, not because they don't have the good skill set. They're excellent developers, but they don't know the Zoho ecosystem like us. So we're there to any gap, help them and reassure them through that journey. And maybe the last thing I'm saying is when we go to the complex structure of integration outside of Creator, because this is what nice. Creator is multiple times on the Zoho one is that heart of the solution, but you have great tools on the Zoho ecosystem. So you have CRM, which can help with your sales and stuff like that. Then you have accounting, you have HR. So whatever integration you want to do, we're going to help them build it the right way.
How do you think further with, let's say, with our platform Creator in place, how do you think AI is gonna play a role in future? Let's say in the next 1 year, 2 year down the line, where do you think AI plus low code in Creator is gonna be?
It will be very big, in my opinion, because through, I'm going to say, my simple analysis, my lectures, podcasts I heard, and just what I see, at least in North America and start of Africa. As you know, we started to go doing our services in Morocco and Middle East. What we can see is that there was for me, one of the huge part that AI and Creator will play is helping some forgotten industries. We had the opportunity to work lately with multiple companies and industries that were forgotten. What I mean by that, and I could give a couple of examples, would be, for example, in agriculture, nurseries. If you go around the globe, there is no perfect or near perfect solution that can help nurseries. For whatever reason, that industry was not a focus on any of the important vendors. So through Creator and AI, what we have is we have the scalability of low code, and through a co-development with AI, we can accelerate that.
Right.
So instead of taking, again, months and months or whatever to develop a full ERP for that industry, we can use Creator and scale it model by model and respond to that. This is what we can see already on the market, that people are tired of off-the-shelf ERPs and want something specified for them. So, and 10, 12, 20 years, before, it was very complex because you go custom development, it costs years of development, and it costs hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. But now through low code Creator AI, that's a game changer, because you can do the same. You can go out of the shelf to specify custom ERP without breaking bank, as they say in the US. Yeah. So, and very quickly, right? So you can have just those quickly models that can help you to start whatever inventory for those nurseries, or any complex, I'm going to say, manufacturing process that, for example, in Canada, we had that too. It was kitchen cabinet manufacturing.
Right.
There was like one tool, maybe two, that were good, starting to be like a legacy systems because they were modernized, unfortunately, stuff like that. Then when some clients were tired of that and say, hey, let me go with low code. They trusted low code at the time when it was like no AI, because just we simplify, it was flexible, was quick to do. But now with AI, some of those clients, they've been with us and partners for more than 7 years. The day I started at BSP, I have some of those clients who are still building. But the trend now, the acceleration is crazy, because instead of whatever time, money they had to invest per year, we can do double, triple whatever we were doing through AI, because it's helping us accelerate that demand. So I think this is when Creator and AI will help a lot, and also simplify those business owners or any administration or business consultant to go out of legacy tools, Access, Excel, and just play with it and create those small functionalities or small tools they were going to do outside for multiple reasons, but they can do it now in a couple of days. They have that solution.
I quickly want to dive into this term. For someone who doesn't know let's say someone who is very new to this term of legacy modernization, how would you simplify this term to them? What does this mean? And then probably dive into the aspect of, let's say there are enterprises using, legacy tools out there. What are some of them? So what are those challenges? If you could highlight that, that would be great.
All right. So for legacy modernization, I'm going to say what we saw multiple times. It's, like you said, extending those capabilities. So to give you some examples, it will be like about quoting, right? So quote for manufacturing or different industries, it will be done through a design tool. Those design tools normally, probably the legacy system are a bit on premise sometimes, or just a little bit, I'm gonna say old tech with all due respect, and will not connect well with any of those ERP. Let's talk about anything, Oracle, SAP, whatever. So this is what low code helps, because you can simply create instead of going and do that in Excel or Access, then taking that data back again and going back to your full ERP and doing your quotes, your POs or SOs. Now you can do that with Creator, because Creator will simplify that integration with whatever design tool you have, create a simple quote or a complex one for that matter. Then whatever output you want to have, generate your POs, purchase orders to create for inventory in your actual system or stuff like that. You can just push it. And this is through Creator, and also, to be honest, Flow, which part of Creator, as you know. So you have those connectors already built in. This is what's nice. So even for developers like us who have the skill set to do API, webhooks, or whatever web service development you want, it's not needed.
Right.
Not needed in multiple cases. You need to have that. I'm gonna say that the experience. I'm gonna say, like, as a consultant who knows how a database will work, what's a good mapping to do. But more than half of the job is done through Creator by simplifying your forms and Deluge script with your AI, then integrating either with Flow or any other tools of Zoho.
When it comes to enterprises, there are three options for them. Let's say using a low-code tool today. One is, especially all of these enterprises have some legacy tool in place. Now, what approach should they go for? One, should they go for extending with their core system in place? Should they extend, their operations with the low-code tool, or should they enhance it, or should they go for complete replacement? What is the best approach, or does it differ from scenario to scenario? If you have a customer story, feel free to share that too.
The three options are possible. So it depends honestly on the clients. I'm going to say the maturity of that team, the need, and how well they know the Zoho ecosystem. Okay, so the three examples, I can probably share an example for each. So extend the capability will be, maybe I already talked about it, which is like the quote system for a manufacturer. They will do that in the majority we saw, US, Canada. They'll have some great design tools, but very complicated integrations or no integration possible. So through Creator and low code, we help them extend that possibility and say, okay, let me get those quotes, let me get that bill of material, create and simplify that, push it back to SAP or Oracle, or even some local ERPs that you have. The other one will be for some cases that totally transform or replace. We lived one case lately in the last year where we built SAP B1. The truth is that team was ready, was mature. They were using Zoho 1 for a good period of time, to be honest. Then there was that question of, after an acquisition they've done, it was a question of which ERP they will live for the next, I don't know, 5-10 years at least. And so we did, I'm going to say, a good due diligence scoping with them. To be honest, they started work before, then called us and the Zoho team. And then they were ready to, I'm going to say, get rid of and do that transformation, because they had the knowledge, they had the maturity as a team, and they have the experience and the readiness, I'm going to say, to do. Because we will never go and say, hey, get rid of your actual legacy system. Because as we talked about earlier, transformation and change is people fear it, and it's normal, and it can be complicated. So you need to be prepared. You need to have the right teams from both companies, either the partner and the client itself. Both, they need to be ready. They need to work hand in hand. So
Right.
that's the case when we were able to do that, to be honest. And we will never push, like I said, to say, hey, let's get rid of it. Because first, what is your pain point? What is your issue? What are you living that we can simplify for you? So sometimes it will be when you have those important, I'm going to say, legacy ERPs. More often, the accounting team or the operation team will be going through an Excel sheet, right? They will take the data, whatever they need, transform it, work with it. So, and it will be heavy for them. There is a risk of errors. So that will always need to be the first step. Let's help them out. Let's extend or modernize that part first. Reassure them that Zoho Creator or Zoho as an ecosystem can be a good response.
Right.
When they are ready, they'll be coming back and say, hey, we love the Zoho ecosystem. We love Creator. What can we do more? And then you add the step 1, step 2, and then step 3, and step 3.1, and you grow.
Since you mentioned extending, legacy tools with Creator, as you have worked and you have many clients who have actually done the same, they have replaced it. They have also extended the systems with Creator. What kind of business impact do they see with Creator in terms of time, in terms of cost, in terms of productivity?
Good question, man. It's so we see both. One of them is how they can have that extension or replacement. Let me talk, about the replacement first. Will be a fraction of whatever they were paying. This is what we live. So, and it was for them, and we've done it quickly in 2 months, for example, when we did the replacement, because it was a matter of renewal with the other vendor, and whatever they were paying to do Creator with us and collaborating with us was a fraction of the renewal price. So for them, it was like the ROE was like 100% after 2 months.
100%?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Because whatever the renewal asks, how many users they were doing that task, it can vary, but the direct impact will be how quick you can deliver that. Because if you go to a legacy system and you ask for the same, I'm going to say, capability or functionality, it can take multiple times because it's custom development, classic development. Through Creator and low code, and especially now adding AI, it can be, depending on complexity, days or weeks. And then you are ready to do that transformation. And you can take step by step, user by user. That's the flexibility. It's agile. There is no big bang, I'm going to say, kind of working with Zoho Creator and low code.
Perfectly good. Thanks, Youness. Youness, since you mentioned about replacing, and since it saves like 100% cost for the client, I want to quickly understand what goes into it from the system. Like backend, they're using a legacy tool. There is data available in that legacy tool. How does that migration from, I'm pretty sure especially enterprises would never want to lose the data in the legacy tools. Migrating that data from one system to another, let's say they're using a low-code tool like Creator, how long does the migration take? So could you take us behind the scenes with the customer story? Probably you could mention the name of the customer also if needed. You can take us a back end of what's the behind the scene look like. Is it like too vast for us to even imagine like replacing our system, or is it like nothing much to worry, but just sitting back and just organizing your list that, hey, this is the step 1, this is the step 2, and then you're good to go from here?
So this is a payment company. So
Okay.
they have, like POS or any payment that you have, payment by card and stuff like that in Canada. So it's important to know that in this kind of migration side, the team that you have in the other part, from the client part, will play a huge role, because us as partner, knowing Zoho and having experience, will help and guide, but the other team is highly important. In this case, we had some very good, mature, excellent people from the other side. So whatever we're explaining to them about the process, they know it as well. So it wasn't a matter of training them or teaching them. It was a matter of collaborating, explaining how Zoho Creator and books, that was an important part in this case, will act and how we need to do that migration. So in books, migrating every single data, I'm telling history, it's not needed. It's not important. It's the open balance or the open receivable payable that you need.
Okay.
So this is important because when we migrate, for example, the case from SAP B1 or anyone, you're gonna have inventory with the stocks with multiple warehouses. So that open balance for people who understand accounting, which like that threshold day that we say, okay, we're starting 1st of October. So whatever inventory you had 1 million, you had 100K worth of inventory, that's what you need to put on books. That's what you need to have in Creator.
Right.
So that's why I said like everything from payable and receivable for the last 2 years or even 10 years, it's not needed. And this is through discussion we had with multiple CPAs, people that knows very well the industry. For some industries, to be honest, in healthcare, stuff like that, where there is HIPAA compliance, stuff like that, that's very important. Totally understood. In some cases, it's not needed. In this case, I'm talking about that wasn't needed. So it weren't a big explanation from the other team because they understood. Because it's a big task, it's a heavy and complex task, which wasn't needed. So whatever data and history they needed can stay in their legacy system, can stay on their drive, whatever drive they have. We take care just with the open balance, open receivable, open payables, whatever inventory up to date they have, the list of any serial number that they had, or the list of inventory stock, all that detail. So the process, I'm gonna say, it's simple. It's simple when you know the recipe. So you have your templates of your product, your stock, you share them with the team. Then they will complete it for you.
And these are all connected with Creator.
Absolutely. Everything is on Creator. So the templates, as you know, Creator will give you simple templates, whatever form of inventory, stock model, warehouses you have, the serial numbers, your product, you give them that template. They will take the data and work on it as they wish. You can plug in sometimes data prep, which is another Zoho tool, which is then ETL, extract, transform, load. If not, you can do it manually, whatever. The important thing is you know better your data, you work on it, I'll give you the template. Then you import it into your Zoho Creator. And that was done, like I said, since the team, they were knowing what they do, the instructions were clear for both sides. And then that's it. You do that you work on those templates to import the data, and then you plug and enjoy your ecosystem.
Nice. What's one quote or let's say a feedback from a customer you've heard about Creator that's still stuck in your mind?
These clients were on the events industry.
Right.
When we completed that app, she just said one sentence: "This app is happiness." And that was like we had a whiteboard at the time in office, and we wrote it. And because sometimes we don't know the impact that
Right.
we had until you heard it from the clients, or we go see it. So this client, we did the demo, they were working with it for a couple of weeks already, and she sent us an email with caps lock: "This app is happiness." And it stuck with us.
And that's exactly when you guys have started always ensuring that Creator is always on the front line today for all your implementations. Even I think we were having one conversation where you said, like, Zoho One has so many variety of tools. It has so many tools within it, right? So how's Creator among those tools? How would you put out this is Creator in Zoho One to anybody who doesn't, like, let's say, who's still not aware about Creator? How would you highlight the importance of a platform like Creator to them?
Man, I have so many ways of saying it, but people will think I'm biased, but I'm not. Like because for me, I said it, I will say it again. I'll say to the client, Creator is the heart of the Zoho ecosystem. Because for me, multiple accounts, multiple cases, multiple industries cannot be on Zoho One or there is a lot of other ecosystems, to be honest, without having a low-code platform as Creator who can complete it.
Right.
Because all the tools like that Zoho have are wonderful. I can say that. But in some industries, they need that final touch or that final customization that will make their life easier. That's what Creator do.
What's that final touch? Could you elaborate on it? Like, let's take a real time example. See me where that final touch Creator is coming in and adding like happiness.
Okay, so in manufacturing, you can do bill of materials. You have that in Zoho inventory in a way, composites or assemblies now. It's working fine, but as soon as you have multiple layers, let's say more than, to be honest, 3 or 4, then it will be a little bit more, I'm going to say, cumbersome or manual. So you cannot do that.
Right.
Okay. Then you use Creator. Project management. Okay. Zoho Project is a wonderful tool. But let's say the same project, you want to invoice the same project to multiple clients. Let's say in construction, they do that a lot. And you also have WIP. You need Creator. I'm not saying don't use Project, but you need to complete it. In some cases, maybe you'll build that small app directly on Creator, but you probably could use Project and complete it with Creator. But without Creator, you cannot be using Zoho Project alone.
Right.
Travel agencies, when they're doing multiple forfeit and they're working with multiple agencies all around the globe, all those orders, POs will come from sometimes in major travel agencies from 10, 15 different ecosystems. And that's pure accounting that you need to say, create an invoice and it back to the client. Because they're the agency, but you are the real vendor, I'm gonna say. You cannot push that directly to books without a proper validation, cleanup of that data. So that's when Creator, again, so either you do a web service if you are savvy in development, but if you are in the Zoho ecosystem through books, no CPA in the world will accept that you push your data directly from whatever legacy system to his accounting. He will never accept that. But give him a Creator app, drop everything there, and give him some validation, some cleanup, some approvals. He'll be happy, and he will accept. Afterwards, he can just approve, accept whatever is there, push it to books. But no CPA will accept that you push directly on his account.
Perfect. So you've mentioned about underserved industries. Like there are many underserved industries who have not yet, been served by a right technology, even Creator for that in case. Could you name these industries and just like a gist of how Creator would take one industry among them and as an example and say like, hey, Creator would fit here for you. What would those, could you highlight those industries and then highlight, one of those industries and be like, Creator would fit here?
I have at least 3 examples, okay? Maybe 4. I'll give you quickly, and this is not just Youness or BSP who's saying this. This is real, I'm going to say, as you say here in Zoho, evangelist now of the Zoho ecosystem and Zoho Creator especially. This is top tier companies in these industries, for example, in Canada, let's say, that trusted in Zoho Creator to build an ecosystem because they felt forgotten or not well served. Okay, it's both, either forgotten 100% or less, not well served. And eventually you'll hear all these stories because this is people who are now being, like I said, as evangelists of this ecosystem. I'm going to start by history. The first one will be kitchen cabinet manufacturing. So manufacturing in general, I'm going to say it's okay, well served globally. There is multiple vendors, multiple apps and stuff like that. But for ERP, for kitchen cabinet, at least in Canada, I'm going to say in even east of US, there is a couple of vendors starting to be a little bit legacy with a way of work. It doesn't fit with more than half. That's why a client like AD Plus created the ecosystem with us from 2017. And now she's one of those evangelists.
Right.
So anyone in this industry, she's well known. Anyone in the industry in Canada will call her. She's very respected and stuff like that. They know how they grow, one of the best in the region. They will call her and she will say, without a hesitation, go into Zoho Creator. Without any hesitation. She knows all those vendors. She's been working with them and she'll vouch for Creator 100% because they were not well served.
Right.
This is not as forgotten. This is a not well served industry.
Right.
You have after that nurseries. I started quickly maybe talking about it or maybe on a private discussion we had earlier. So nurseries, this client is from Alberta, Foothills Nurseries. Same thing. There were very few, I'm going to say solutions, but not complete. Again, I'm saying forgotten in this case because globally you can find, he did the benchmark and checked everywhere because when he was searching for an ERP, he searched everywhere. He's someone who traveled, he worked with nurseries for 25 years before owning a nursery. So he knows the industry very, very well. So afterwards, when he bought that nursery and started working on it, he searched everywhere for a good solution for them. And he didn't find very few. That's why I'm saying it's a forgotten industry. Agriculture in general, globally, I think it's one of the most forgotten industries. And for the case nursery. So we work with him hand in hand. It took us time because for them, it took him time to understand what he needs to be done.
Right.
But the reality is it wasn't that much time. And now we have a very good solution. And the same thing. He can vouch for the solution. He's asking everyone to convert to Zoho Creator because we have something working very well for his industry. And he's like already calling some nurseries and stuff saying Creator is the good stuff. Right. Creator is the solution. Last but not least, so in services, in professional services, we have Group JS, which is a civil engineer team who do construction. They have environmental engineers and stuff like that. They do complex project with different vendors, governments. That's why, like I was talking about, they can have multiple tasks split through multiple clients that they need to invoice. They have WIP. They have intercompany because they were like 5-6 branches. And they work together. So the guy from Chennai can go to Coimbatore, help. From Coimbatore, they go to Tenkasi. But in Quebec, it will be Quebec to Montreal, Montreal to Drummondville or stuff like that. And then they needed to invoice each other and stuff like that. It was very cumbersome for them. We're talking about a company with more than 150 employees. So imagine doing all that manually via paper and Excel. How many hours I spent on your company? How much did you spend on mine? And invoice each other's, invoice the clients properly. There was a crazy amount of time and money and risk and errors they were living. Nice. But there was unfortunately nothing on the industry yet, again. It was simple with Creator because whatever we're doing, project management, but the big part for them was the WIP and the simplification of the task of intercompany. Again, for that, I'm going to say it's less served.
Perfect. I think these use cases, let's say 80 plus, Foothills Nursery, these customers have gone from being just customers to Zoho evangelists today, especially Creator ones. So thank you so much to such lovely customers who have believed in the product and it's still scaling their business out there. Okay, across your projects, since you've worked on many modernization, projects, so across your projects, what common threats or patterns you see that are emerging and that make creators stand out in these, migration efforts?
One of the things that creator can help a lot, and that I saw that it's helping those company extend through, I don't know, a portal, dashboards, some mobile extension, just sometimes for as simple as timesheet stuff, like without touching the backend.
Right.
So it's just like with that, they can modernize whatever they have, simplify their colleagues' life without touching the backend. So I think this is what very nice with Creator, because you can extend whatever you have the backend through to these examples I gave. That's the most we saw, to be honest. Yeah.
And this keeps their core clean at the parallel side.
Because if it's complex or it costs a lot or whatever, for whatever reason, they can, or just they don't know, they don't want to touch it for any reason. But yeah, this is the simplest way they can do, because one, it costs less and it will be done quickly.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Youness. This has been really a lovely conversation, especially on AI, low code, and legacy modernization. Just quick, highlight on your partnership too. You guys have grown a lot in these 8 years, especially you personally. You have transitioned from being a CTO of the company, from being a developer, CTO, then to a CEO. You are at this position, and today you've been doing great projects, and it's wonderful always collaborating with you. So just like, let's say there is a Zoho partner who's just starting up, right? And he is at a level of being, Zoho authorized partner. And today he wants to not just become a Zoho premium partner, but also stay at that angle. What are some of the tips you, or your probably experience you would like to share with them, so that those people can also aspire to grow just like how you folks have grown? You started your operations in Canada, then probably it grew to Morocco, then now in India. You guys have, stepped in here. So what is always pushing you folks do this, number one? And number two, some experience you would love to share with these Zoho partners, so that it will be helpful for them also to scale their business.
Thank you, Said. And what push us to grow? I'll get multiple reasons. So we are a team. We have a lot of ambition as a team, right? From the day, I think I tell this story multiple times, but from the day I did start to know about Zoho Creator, my goal was to be one of the best partners globally. Okay, so, and now we are at that level. I'm very excited and happy. It's through, like, we have a wonderful team. That's why we are here. I'm not gonna start names because it took a lot of time. We have a good team of more than 30 plus. All of them are they push a lot, and that's why we are here. Right. So that was the goal. Now, and through the years, I did know Creator, but now I start knowing Zoho in general as an ecosystem, and also to know the people behind. And it just like there is like a chemistry now with Zoho that push us to say we can put a lot of effort with this vendor. Sorry, just say, because sometimes there's other vendors globally that will contact us or something like that, but the culturally there is no fit, and it's not the same. Right. And this is like very, very transparent. This is there is the truth. So culturally, we can see how Zoho operates as a team. What is the ambition behind, how they're respectful of their colleagues, respectful for us as partners. That's what give us, I'm gonna say, that push behind the ambition of being one of the best and helping those clients everywhere. So in Canada, which was my second home, I'm pushing for that. Morocco, my first home, when I was born and spent multiple years. I would love to help those entrepreneurs in Africa as a continent, from where I am originally, and now even in India, which now I consider as another home. Hopefully, I'll have a flat maybe one day, but I would love to help there too, because we were lucky to have great colleagues, great collaboration with you guys, and have some verticals that can benefit globally. So why not? About like advice for any new partner, stuff like that, I'm gonna say So for your second part, which is like advice for new partners who want to collaborate with Zoho, I'm gonna say, please like work closely with the team, any Zoho team, and especially in here in Creator. They've been wonderful and they simplified, at least for me, like I can vouch for that. Creator team, one is the most I'm gonna say closest teams I've been working with, who simplified my relationship with Zoho.
Right.
And thank you for that, like Saeed and everyone from the team. Again, I'm not gonna name everyone, but that's the truth. From the high management to anyone from the team, any developer, you can smile and happy to see us and ready to help us. So thank you for that. And
FYI, this is definitely not a paid promotion.
no. And communication. Any partnership, to work. We have issues. There is good and I'm gonna say and things to improve from both sides.
Right.
But as soon as you continue communication, calling people and try to find a way to resolve them, it will work fine.
Right.
That's I'm gonna say the key, because from the day we started, if we needed training, we had issues, client not happy, whatever, we communicated with whatever the department or team. Keep the communication, be transparent. It will work. This is like I learned this from my parents, my anyone. Communication and transparency.
Right.
It will help a long way with the Zoho ecosystem, because this is your culture. This is how you operate too.
If you had to describe creating one line or just one word, let me make it more challenging for you. What would it be? Other than the word your client used, happiness, what would you probably personally name it as?
Maybe it would be complicated to explain. I'll try. In Morocco, we say kubida.
What does it mean?
Kubida is like it's like my heart. Someone you cherish a lot, you say kubida. That's Creator for me in Zoho.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Youness. This has been great conversation. Apart from low code, legacy modernization, Creator in the frame, there has been a lot of push for you personally too. You've grown from you've transitioned a lot of roles, analyst, then developer, then probably CTO, then CEO. So who's been your inspiration other than me?
There is just you, man. So my inspiration, I want to be, so my inspiration, my goal in life is to keep a legacy for my kid or kids. I want him, and of course any family or good close friends like you, that there be, I'm gonna say this, they will be happy when I die one day. They'll say, this man did something good in life. That's my goal. Keep a good legacy, at least in this ecosystem, which that's my goal.
So probably it's just more like leaving a legacy behind. That's your push for life.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Youness. This has been really a wonderful conversation. It's been a long week for you since here in Chennai. Here in Chennai. So we don't want to take more of your time. So thank you so much for collaborating with us. Looking forward to host you more in Chennai and for more creative conversations.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to my paneer. Thank you, Saeed. Thank you every time. Thanks to Creator team, Zoho in general. Always been. That's why I tell you, like when I came here, as soon as I arrived from the airport, it was on Sunday, 2 a.m. And I was like, why does it feel like home?
Right.
It's because of you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Youness.